Hello, friends. Today's big question of the day is what makes a person a Christian? You can go to 10 different churches and get 10 different answers to this question. And we're, as we always should, going to look in the Bible and see what the real answer to this question is. And we're going to start way in the back in the book of Revelation, in Revelation chapter 20, verse 15. And it says, "And if anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire." So here we are at Judgment Day before the judgment throne of God. And the criteria God uses to decide who goes to heaven and who goes to hell isn't, did you go through the right ceremony? Did you go to the right church? Did you read enough? Did you act morally enough? None of that. The criteria is, was your name written in the book of life? And who writes names in the book of life? God does. When did he do it? Before the beginning of time, before the earth was even created. So it's a God thing completely. Now, all those other things, the fact that you want to worship, the fact that you want to learn, the fact that you're growing more and more like God, the fact that you go and get baptized to show people a picture of your regeneration in Christ, all those are wonderful things, but they don't save you. What saves you is when God writes your name in the book of life. And this isn't just a Revelation thing. Jesus talks about this same concept in the book of Luke when he's talking to his disciples about how they're casting out spirits. They're all excited about these powers they have, and Jesus says to them in Luke 10, chapter 10, verse 20, "Nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are written in the book of life," or your names are recorded in heaven. So Jesus is saying, you've been given this great gift from God, so great that all the other gifts you've given from God are less than that. They kind of pale in comparison to the fact that God has chosen you as his child, even though not only you didn't deserve it, but you actually deserve the opposite. We all deserve to be those people who are being thrown in the lake of fire. Yet if God has changed your heart, and you're seeing evidence in growing in the things of God, you've been written in the book of life. And then finally, sometimes we make the mistake of thinking this is just a New Testament concept. But we see the book of life way back in the Old Testament, in the book of Daniel, chapter 12. "Now at that time, Michael, the great prince who stands guard over the sons of your people, will arise." Talking about the end of times. "And there will be a time of distress," or tribulation, "such as never occurred since there was a nation until that time. And at that time your people, everyone who is found written in the book, will be rescued." So how does God choose to rescue? He rescues those who are written in the book. How do they get written in the book? He writes them there. And everything that happens in our lives and in our hearts is a result of God doing that for us first. So as we think back up at our salvation, it shouldn't be a source of pride because we didn't do it. It should be a reason to worship God for choosing us, despite all of the reasons he justifiably has to choose the other direction and throw us into the lake of fire with everyone else. So that's how you become a Christian. God does it. And rejoice in him for that. Because if the decision was up to us, we'd screw it up. If it was based on our power and our wisdom and our resiliency and our steadfastness, it'd go out the window. But it's not. It's based on the character of God. And because of that, we can trust in it, not just today, but for the rest of our lives and for the rest of eternity. God bless you all.